Whoa. It's the illusion recording from somewhere on Spaceship Earth. Bear with me. Let me get a better setup going. Ah, there it is. There it is. Ah. It'd be rad if I could find my glasses. I don't know where I put them. You think for just a second. Well, on that note, we'll just open up with the Serenity Prayer. Sober Wednesday. Okay. Whoa. Sober Wednesday. Okay, I can read your comments. I'm not in the most comfortable setup here. Happy Wednesday. Whoa. I heard the video quality wasn't so bad last Wednesday. Is that true? Have I figured something out? How is the good luck, dude, Foo. How is the video quality? I'm just curious. So I'm doing it over here again because this is where I did it last Wednesday. And I heard that it was, of course, I didn't bother to check for myself, dude, depending upon other people's feedback. But with that said, let's just do video looks good. All right. So we're figuring it's not glitching out. I did lower, I think I got the stream looks 720. Okay, I did adjust it then. Okay, that means we're back in business. Because I am recording at a lower whatever and frames and all that kind of stuff, dude. So good, dude. The glitching was glitched. That encourages me to do more live streams, dude. I have to say out loud and clear here in Minnesota. So all right, let's do the preamble. This is what's this? Lake Wildwood. I don't know where that is. Anyway, what's up, Bird? What are you doing? All right. Well, if you're gonna be roaming around out here, you should have Maverick with you.
He's right there.
Okay. Well.
He's just on his leash.
Anyway. So this is an hour dedicated to those who suffer from alcoholism, drug addiction, overeating, oversexing, over gambling, over, and you're over it. And you're looking for a solution. We might have a solution for you if you're willing to be thoroughly honest with yourself and take a look at what's. Owl, please, come on, bud. Like, this is my hour to do my thing, so you just gotta kind of not distract, all right? Yeah, go chuck rocks or something back there. And so, with that said, we just ask that the stream remain open to this people seeking a solution. This isn't a standard stream. We're not talking about anything else except what makes us suffer and the solution to that suffering, so that we can find a harmonious relationship with the God as we understand God. So with that said, I usually open this with the Serenity Prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Oof, that old wisdom to know the difference, man. That's a good one, dude. I always just share. It's good out Chuck and stuff, dude. And so here we are, man. And all right, man. Let's get fired up, dude. I'm stoked. It's been a week. And we made it another week, dude. I tell you, it wasn't an easy week, dude. But But to that said, this is not an AA meeting. We're not affiliated with AA, but we do choose, or I choose to use the first 164 pages of the big book, Alcoholics Anonymous, and specifically the 3 pages that are the beginning of chapter 5. And
Daddy,
oh, you're not allowed to interrupt me, Bird. What?
I want to finish some little nails in the video.
No, I Owl. You know exactly what I'm doing, so you got to keep yourself busy. Why don't you go walk Maverick and do your thing and circle back around? You know what I'm up to. But there'll be plenty of nails to bang tomorrow, dude. Please don't start banging the hammer, dude, right now. All right, chapter 5, how it works. From the big book, Alcoholics Anonymous. Rarely, I don't have my glasses, so bear with me. Oh, there, now we're in focus. It's arm's length focus. Rarely have we seen a person fail who has thoroughly followed our path. Those who do not recover are people who cannot or will not completely give themselves this simple program. Usually men and women who are constitutionally incapable of being honest with themselves. There are such unfortunates. They are not at fault. They seem to have been born that way. They are unnaturally incapable of grasping and developing a manner of living which demands rigorous honesty. Their chances are less than average. There are those too who suffer from grave emotional and mental disorders, but many of them do recover if they have the capacity to be honest. Great. Yeah, you can draw on whatever you want, bud. Our stories disclose in a general way what we used to be like, what happened, and what we are like now. If you've decided you want what we have and are willing to go to any length to get it, then you're ready to take certain steps. At some of these we balked. We thought we could find an easier, softer way, but we could not. With all the earnestness at our command, we beg of you to be fearless and thorough from the very start. Some of us have tried to hold on to our old ideas, but the result was nil till we let go. Absolutely. Remember that we deal with alcohol, cunning, baffling, and powerful. Without help, it is too much for us, but there's one who has all power. That one is God. May you find him now. Now. Half measures availed us nothing. We stood at the turning point. We asked his protection and care with complete abandon. Here are the steps we took, which are suggested as a program of recovery. 1, we admitted we were powerless over alcohol, that our lives had become unmanageable. 2, came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. 3, made it Owl. Well, dude. 3, made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood him. 4, made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. 5, admitted to God, to ourselves, and to another human being the exact nature of our wrongs. 6, we're entirely ready to have God remove all these defects of character. 7, humbly asked him to remove our shortcomings. 8, made a list of all persons we had harmed, became willing to make amends to them all. 9, made direct amends to such people wherever possible, except when to do so would injure them or others. 10, continued to take personal inventory. When we were wrong, promptly admitted it. 11, sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we understood him, praying only for knowledge of his will for us and the power to carry that out. That's all we're praying for, dude. 12, having had a spiritual awakening as a result of these steps, we try to carry this message to alcoholics and to practice principles in all of our affairs. Many of us exclaimed, "What in order? I can't go through with it." Do not be discouraged. No one among us has been able to maintain anything like perfect adherence to these principles. We are not saints. The point is that we're willing to grow along spiritual lines. The principles we have set down are guides to progress. We claim spiritual progress rather than spiritual perfection. Our description of the alcoholic, the chapter of the agnostic, and our personal adventures before and after make clear 3 pertinent ideas. A, that we are alcoholic and could not manage our own lives. B, that probably no human power could have relieved our alcoholism. And C, that God could and would if he were sought. That is fantastic. That's fantastic news, dude. Yeah, you can do anything you want, but you gotta stop bugging me, dude. Please. Here we are, man. It's another Wednesday, dude. It's funny. I went to my first. I've been to a real AA meeting in like how long since the COOF really began. I mean, yeah, pretty much. I went to 1 or 2 here and there, but it's actually like the first one I showed up at as like It was good, man. New meeting, new community, new group of alcoholics. I'll tell you what, man. Greeted with kindness and phone numbers and all the things you would want to be greeted with. Choose a path of, what is this? Let's see. Choose a path of sobriety, not only to love himself with confidence, not needing to light a bowl or to send his message. His message is more credible to believe for someone, but not for most. I don't know. I don't know, man. You be careful, Bird. And so it was nice, man. Went to plug in with the locals here, and it was a great meeting, man. It got me all fired back up on AA again. You know, you realize what a fellowship's about and the whole thing, and it's cool to do it as the new person, right? As the new member of the community. Yeah, I got 13 years of sobriety, but I don't know any of these people. So they don't know if I'm BSing or telling the truth any of that stuff. So they were all super kind. It was a great meeting and it was nice, man. Hour and a half, no break. It was fantastic, man. But I needed it, man. It's been tricky the last week with Owl. We've been at each other a little bit, haven't we, Bird? Yeah, we've been. Okay, you just be careful, dude. All right? That's how you hurt yourself if you're not careful. So, you know, there's been a little bit of disharmony between me and the Bird, and you know, I got to own my part in it. It's a group effort. All of it, the solution and the problem, is a two-way street. So that was real nice, man. It was real nice to go back to AA in a new community and not know anybody, dude. I think that is the beauty of AA is not knowing anybody. I think I like that, man. I hadn't been to a meeting for a while, man. So that was good, dude. And yeah, so that's where we're at. We just been here building a new dream and trying to stay in the solution, man. And it's always difficult, dude. Sobriety is 9 parts your emotional state of being, and the rest of it is had something to do with drugs and alcohol. And God's the only one that can bring it all together, from what I can tell, dude. So anyway, man, I don't know really where we're going with all this yet. So what are we getting into, man? What is the message for that? What do you want? It's your what's going on, Danzy? What do you want me to get into in sobriety? Ask a pertinent question, and I'll give you my take on it, dude. I will give you my take on it. But I'll tell you what, it's all about the fellowship. It was great to hang out with the group of alcoholics the other night, man. And the laughter they had going on was awesome. I think that was the best part of going to the meeting, was like, oh yeah, I forgot about all the laughter. The laughter at the burning wreckage of one's life, dude, is fairly amazing. I will give you that. How do you stay sober in moments of weakness? Well, it's a program of thorough honesty, right? So you're all, like, again, I guess the blanket statement on that is it's all weakness, dude. That's what the whole understanding that you're powerless. Yeah, you find out that's not so true there, days 2, 1, 3, 10. But we're here. All right, dude. Only weak people need help. Well, you're not needed here, so we'll hide user on this channel. You can go. You can go. We're here for people that do need help, dude. That's how weird. That's the I'll say that the people, as a person who used to live by that philosophy, right? Beer's better than water. Sobriety's for weak people. All that kind of stuff. That's the hubris of those who suffer, dude. That's the genius of all that thing. See, true strength is weakness, man. By the way, like true strength is weakness, man. How do you think you get strong? You take your weakness and you turn it into strength, man. But nobody's strong at everything, dude. You got to work it out. You got to tear the muscles down and build them and the whole thing. So that the whole weird concept that anyway, back to the person who was saying with your moments of weakness, right? By the very nature of it all, dude, if you're an alcoholic or a drug addict or addicted or whatever it is that is the key to the thing, is because you're powerless and you're unmanageable, right? So it's all weakness, dude. It's all, the whole thing's weakness, dude. That's the beauty of it all. You stop viewing it as moments of weakness and just understand that that's the basic reality, and there's where all the strength lies. What are you people chatting about? What do you think's in the title, dude? How are we getting all this? So weird, dude. We must have hit some weird algorithm lately. It's pretty clear what the title's about. We fall to get back up, dude. Yeah, so I don't really view there's moments of weakness. It's just realizations that you need more. That you need more than what you can do, and that's where the program at Thorough Honesty lies. We just need more love, man. Love for the bees, ants, trees, and people, maybe. But then again, that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about sobriety, man. Sobriety, right? For someone who isn't sober, dude, is love is as far removed as they can be. That's the point, dude. That's the point of the whole dilemma. If it was that easy, if you could just look at the bees in harmony and be sober, dude, you wouldn't need to be sober, right? I could argue that looking at the bees in harmony. It's funny, when I was first getting sober, I've talked about this before, but I used to, when I drive by the ocean down at Zuma and stuff, I used to get super mad at the dolphins waving at me. You know, when their dorsal fins come up, dude. I'd be like, those dolphins are waving at me again, man. Those lame ass dolphins all stoked and happy. See, like when you're really in the depths of your addiction, happiness is not something that you're like, that looks rad. It's something you're actually resentful about. Because if you were happy, you wouldn't be in a state of addiction, man. It's very much this thing. So if love was the answer, then you wouldn't be an addict anyhow, dude. Love's not really the answer. It's honesty. It's honesty, and what you got to be honest about is that you don't love yourself, dude. And why don't you love yourself? Well, you've been carrying around a bag of garbage, dude, most of your life, and you need to remove that bag of garbage, but you can't do it by yourself. So you need a group of people to help you get to God, so that God can take back the bag of garbage that you swiped from Him. And then you can work on loving yourself, which is, 6 and 7 with your character defects and all that stuff. Because if you can't love your character defects, dude, you can't love your character assets, dude. Because it's all about, like, again, is like, that's where like love is so screwed up in our society. It's not the infatuation. It's all the bad stuff, dude. That's the be honest and find out who you really want to be. Yeah, well, 5 years sober, good for you, man. Video looks good. Way to inspire the hopeless masses. Way to inspire the hopeless masses. Well, I do cancel. Sorry. 5 years sober coming up in July. Peace from Miami. Good for you, man. 5 years. That's no joke, dude. And so 3 months sober, dude. So it's this thing where the challenge is the challenge is it's not what you think it's. I guess that's the thing from the outside perspective, from those who don't know. It's not what you think it is. Like if someone could just hug you back to sobriety, dude, hug you out of your addiction, would you be addicted, right? It's much deeper than that. It's much darker than that, because it's this internal view of yourself that you can't cope with, right? And the reason you can't cope with it is because you won't let God in to help you cope with it. And the reason you won't let God in to help you cope with it is because you might actually hate God, or you might not believe in God, or you might not understand what God will do for you. And so you get to this thing where yeah, dude, I used to sit and, dude, Hiroshima, Nagasaki, sitting at the top of the world up there, I could see the beauty vibrating. I could see God's love in the trees and the bumblebees. That made me feel so crappy. Imagine knowing that. Imagine being able to see the beauty of the world, the beauty of God's creation, and being miserable. And the only solution you have for your misery is to drink more and try to pretend you're not miserable because you've got a 6-pack or a 12-pack or 8-ball or bottle of pills or some lame person you're sleeping with, or an extra pizza or whatever it is, right? But like the more and more I think about it, like the initial thing is like, no, the real thing that helps the spiral into the abyss is the love, is all the people that love you and are like, oh, if only you would just stop drinking, everything would be okay, dude. It's the love isn't the problem. The love isn't the solution. It's the powerlessness, dude. It's the powerlessness, not, dude, like think about this. Most people are like, what is powerlessness? What is unmanageability? Imagine being, like, I can express, imagine being miserable on a perfect day and not being able to change your mind about it, not being able to do anything about it.
Do you have anything that could like wedge in there and like cut them
Yeah,
down?
I got chisels and stuff, but you're not ready to use chisels yet, dude. Like, because I got to show you how to use a chisel without cutting yourself, dude. But I will. Like, we can do a chisel lesson tomorrow if you want, Bert, okay? I think what you're doing's, yeah, whatever you're doing, I'm glad I'm not watching what you're doing, dude, because I'm just, you be careful, dude, and don't do anything at your body. Just make it go away from your body. And so yeah, that's the predicament of the addict, dude. That's the predicament of the addict, if you will. Is that the love and the beauty is ultimately more brutal than one would know, because your addict is your addicted person super sensitive. You think that so less love is better? It's not a more or less thing, dude. It's not a more or less thing. What I'm getting at is that's almost not at play. Like yeah, you need more love, but love without love for oneself is just more energy into the void. Like, so when you work with people, like I work and you know, we do a lot of work with treatment, around treatment. You know who kills a lot of people? Like a lot of addicts and alcoholics? Loving parents, loved ones, dude, who want to help them, right? Because they don't want them to like experience the true brutality of their situation, right? So you'll have someone who's a drug addict or an alcoholic or whatever they are, and they're young, and they'll just go and they'll make a mess of their life, and here comes mommy and daddy rescue unit, and they'll come in and rescue little Jimmy or little Susie right when they really need the brutality of life to harsh them. You know, whether it be in the court system or a rehab or a hospital or whatever it is, when they really need Jimmy or little Susie to face the truth of what the consequences of their actions are. Oh, I'm busy, bud.
Making Mavericks with toys out of
Oh,
toys.
okay, awesome. You do that, bud. I'm fired up for you to make Maverick some chew toys. So these parents, they come in, they love their children so much that they won't let them experience the bottom. They'll come in and they'll rescue them one more time, dude. I mean, what parent wouldn't, dude? I mean, you gotta let them face their own consequences over there, but you don't want them to poke their eye out either, right? Like, you just be careful back there, bird. So it's the thing is, the pain is the touchstone to spiritual growth. So you gotta let people suffer, man. And as crappy as that sounds, suffering is the answer. And if you really love somebody who's in your life, who's a drug addict or an alcoholic, dude, let them suffer till they're done suffering, man. And when they're done suffering, they will realize that they're unmanageable and they're powerless, and they will do the steps necessary to find a fulfilling, bountiful relationship with the God of their understanding and be of service to the next person in line, dude, because you can take a horse to the water, but you can't make him drink. You can love all day long, dude. Look, dude, it's not about love, dude. It's about hoping that people stop destroying themselves because it's so painful. But many people, like, that's the beauty of drugs, right? They get you there a lot quicker. Alcohol, you can suffer till you die, dude. Slow suicide, man. So yeah, I wish love was the answer, dude. It'd make it real easy. But it is on a certain level, right? It's love. Now that I have achieved a relationship with the God of my understanding, right, and learn to love myself, right? Like, I love myself as because God loves me, right? And the baseline thing I can do to reciprocate the love that God gives to me so freely is to actually, like, love myself, since God loves me. If God, who's known me since before I was born, can love me, and I'm not trying to hear to proselytize, but what I'm getting at is, when you remove all the garbage of your life and you can look at yourself in the mirror with all your character defects and your big nose and your double chin and your bad attitude and your Hiroshima, Nagasaki and all that kind of stuff, if you can look yourself in the mirror and go, I love you, man, then you take that love that you have for yourself and you go out and you be of service to other human beings with love in your heart. I think that it's the end run to what that person was first talking about. Love is the answer, but it's love for it's the love that a recovered alcoholic addict has for themselves in the light of God, that is willing to go out and be of service to help another alcoholic achieve sobriety, right? And the hope and to build that person up enough where they can actually have a fulfilling relationship with the God of their understanding, so that they can learn to love themselves. So loving on someone by default is a given for those of us who are in recovery or recovered or doing this thing or in a relationship with God, because love is the only way. Sobriety is love by its very definition. Being loaded is hatred for yourself, because it's a poison. Like, that's the thing, is I don't know if let me see. E-Thinker Jesse. I'm sorry. I'm just feeling some major negativity in this illusions. There's just so much going on and want to be normal. And it's again, is stop trying to, okay. All right, I got what you're going on. But see, I don't know if that's sobriety is look, you can spiral out on all the stuff that's going on, dude. Lunatics here, lunatics there, lunatics everywhere, dude. And you can make that your thing, and you can sit up on top of a mountain and be Hiroshima and Nagasaki. It ain't good. I gave it my fully human try, dude, to just bring it all down, dude. Big mushroom cloud, dude. But at the end of the day, dude, none of it matters, dude. No, whatever's tripping you out at the end of the day is all no. That's all, my stuff's all balanced out up here, dude. Is just your perception on it. So if you think the world's a hostile place because of some dipshit kid with a gun, or some lunatic leader with a bunch of tanks, or some old lady with their face falling off telling you this, or a bunch of people in black robes making decisions about that, or some orange man or some corporation, you're missing the whole point, dude, because that stuff is the addiction to drama, the addiction to misery, the addiction to negativity. Don't think for a second that negativity isn't a drug, dude. Just sitting there stewing in the negativity and validating your crappy perspective on reality. Yeah, that's a real drug, dude. Smoking big hits of negativity, dude. Dude. I've been doing that my whole life, man. In the middle of beautiful forest, dude. Dude, I'm telling you, like, it wasn't until I had the realization about the Nature Valley granola bar wrapper and the flower at the same time, dude. Meditation without personal relationship with God is spiritual jerking off, dude. Meditation can save your life, but you got to take care of the problem on the front side, dude. And no one wants to do the work on the front side, dude. Why is the person in the mirror miserable? Well, why is that? It's not the lunatics with the guns. It's not the people in the black robes. It's not the corporations poisoning you. It's you. You're the problem. So it doesn't matter if you meditate around that problem, you're DMT around the problem, drink around the problem, fuck around the problem, do whatever you want. The person staring you at the mirror, if you don't love the person that is staring you in the mirror, you're screwed. Because that person staring you in the mirror is the answer to your problem. But the only way you can truly love the person staring you in the mirror is to give your garbage back to God of your understanding, whatever that may be for you, dude. I don't know. That's for you to figure out, dude. But what I'm telling you, dude, don't try to end run the thing. Walk up to the mirror, look yourself in the mirror, and ask yourself, do I love the person staring me back in the mirror? Most people cringe at the person staring themselves back in the mirror. And if you do love the person staring you back in the mirror, then go meditate, dude. Go do some deep spiritual meditation and all of that good stuff. Absolutely, 100%. But don't put the horse before the cart or the cart before the horse or whatever it is, dude. Because again, the world's not a negative place. It's the person staring you in the mirror that's convinced you that the world's a negative place. You can find negativity in the middle of it all. Let's not forget that the trees, the beautiful, beautiful trees, are fighting for resources, dude. That the beautiful, beautiful tiger will jump out of the tall grass and eat you, dude. That those beautiful animals are in battle with each other for resources, that the hawk flying around drifting airs is looking for some little pretty mouse to pounce on, dude, and eat it and rip its guts out and feed it to its babies, dude. So don't think for a minute that negativity has to be bad. It just has to be made peace with, dude. You have to make peace with the negativity and forgive it and therefore love it, dude. If you can't love, dude, it's that simple thing, man. You got to love your enemies, man. And the enemy that you need to love is you, dude. You're the enemy, dude. What do you think's going on here on Spaceship Earth, man? It's a bunch of people that are so hopped up on self-righteous. It's them because they don't want to face themselves in the mirror, dude. They don't want to face themselves in the mirror and go, "Oh my God, I am the destroyer, dude. I am the one who is the problem." But you're gonna be a problem. There's no way around it. So what are you gonna do with it, dude? What are you gonna do with the fact that no matter what you do, you're going to be a problem, dude? That's why this is a program of thorough honesty. If you can face the fact that you're always going to be slightly screwing up, that you're always going to be making a mess of things, odds are you probably won't make as big of a mess about things because you're going to be aware and have a consciousness about your actions, and you're going to correct your path as you move through the day. And you're going to be like, I was just a dick to some person for no reason because I spilled hot coffee on my balls, dude. And you're going to go and you're going to clean yourself up and you're going to go apologize to that person and you're going to make the world a better place. You're not going to pretend that you're not a lunatic. We're all lunatics, dude. That's the point, man. That is the point, is to accept the truth of who you are. Accept the truth of who you are, dude. And it's okay, dude, because you're beautiful. You were created in God's image. I'm a little bit deviating off into the proselytizing, but again, it's a God of your understanding, dude. It does not look. You know, as I had this, I got it. One of you called me this week, dude. One of you called me up this week, and we were having a talk about it, and they were pretty all about like the whole spirituality and this, but we're still pretty jammed up about whatever was going on. And I go, what if God's shallow? What if the concept of God and spirituality is really just a superficial, shallow concept? And in there lies the depth. What if everybody's just constantly over analyzing, overthinking, over this, and that's what's made this all a negative experience? What if God is just that right there? What if it's just that? And there's no separation, and you can go out into that, and you can go climb right up into that mountain, and you can find out anything you want to find out about like life, dude. And so, what?
I think that box in there.
Okay, go ahead, get it, man. And I think that's the thing, dude. Is everybody's just so put this burden between them and God, and God's like, dude, it's so much simpler than you want it to be. I think people really want it to be a maze and just complicated Rubik's 75-sided Rubik's cubes with a million interlocking pieces, dude, thrown into a Tetris grid while driving a car backwards on the wrong side of the road with both your hands tied behind your back, dude, and you got to figure it out. What if it's so dumb simple, dude? What if the whole thing is really just so dumb simple? It's just about the ability of you to look in yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, do I love the person looking back at me? And if the answer is no, then you go do the work. And the reason that that's an important, thoroughly honest thing to ask yourself is because that is powerlessness. That is the unmanageability. Part of regaining it all back is to be able to look yourself in the mirror and love yourself in spite of yourself. To look yourself in the mirror and go, oh my God, I love the monster sitting back there because you know what? I've gone and healed the monster, dude. The monster doesn't get out. Dude, you think Hiroshima and Nagasaki's not lingering right here, dude? You think this dude's not ready to spark at any moment and just go haywire, dude? Good work. It's probably better if you lay the flats, the wider side down and nail into it. Then it's not. Yeah, flat. And then nail into the top of that. It's a stabler surface.
You mean like that?
No, like put a nail into the top. We're nailing. He's got dialing in with hammers, right?
Oh, hold on.
No, wait, here. It's just
Actually,
like,
I didn't.
don't pull that out because there's a trick to it. I don't want you to do that. You'll hurt yourself. But if you nail into here, this won't. It'll be easier for you. Yeah, onto this side of it. Yeah. Then you'll get the thing through without it bouncing around. But you can nail it in there too. There you go. Yeah, you got it. Whatever, man. Figure it out, dude. Just don't smash your fingers, dude, because that hurts, dude. So does that make sense? What I'm getting at, man, is you can look, you can meditate, you can do green coffee enemas, you can stand on your foot, you can climb to the top of the Tibetan monastery and stand on your tippy toes, dude. And at the end of the day, what if it's just right here, right now? There is one who has all power. That one is God. May you find him now. I guess that's where I get with this whole thing is it's that simple. Look, this is the entire program of recovery, dude. In one sentence, there is one who has all power. That one is God. May you find him now. That's it. That's the whole kit and caboodle. That's the whole thing. And so, and then you take it out into the world, dude. Having had a spiritual awakening as a result of these steps, we tried to carry this message to alcoholics and practice these principles in all of our affairs. What's an alcoholic? From what I can tell, it's like everybody who isn't part of who you don't know is sober. The whole world's alcoholic, dude. Regardless of whether they got a beer in their hand or secretly a weirdo in their bed back home, or they want to go run around out in the killing fields of the Ukraine, whatever it is, dude. Like this whole world's gone crazy, dude. And it's not because there's a shortage of love, dude. It's the lack of understanding of the depth and simplicity of love. What if love is just forgiveness, dude? What if that's the whole point of working the steps, dude, is to go do the amends process, right? Do most people don't understand what the amends process? It's not saying sorry to somebody. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I did that and I'm sorry. No, it's about going to another human being that you did dirty and going, hey, I did you dirty. What do you need to have happen for this to be right? And you giving them the authority over the situation. You're giving them back the power to a situation that you stole the power on. Yes, Bird, what's up?
Fix this.
Oh, see, that's what I'm saying is yeah, here, wait. You want it straight or
Yeah,
what?
I want it pushed. Can you push it all in the...
You want it nailed all the way down?
Uh-huh.
Like you want me to nail it down?
Uh-huh. There's nothing under that. I'm just making something.
I know. I don't know if this nail is gonna do it, dude. It's pretty bent up, but I think I can get it. Let me see. I got it. I'm working it, dude. Up. Gotta be smarter than the nail. There we go. Do you approve?
Thanks.
You're welcome. And you know that's kind of what it's about is it's giving your authority back to God and then the people you did dirty because God's like, dude, let's go fix some problems, dude. Who doesn't want to fix their blowits, dude? Who doesn't want to go make it right with the people they've screwed over, dude? Aren't you sick of like sitting there in the middle of the night? Dude, I don't sleep with anything in my head. Like, oh, dude, that you know when you know, like, all right, part of like addiction and the whole thing is those late at nights where you're sitting there and you're like, oh yeah, dude, I did that person dirty like 20 years ago, and oh, I did that, and I did this, and oh, I wrecked that, and I blew that, and oh, I did this and that. The beauty of getting sober and working the steps is you go and you fix all of that stuff by giving back those people that you did dirty, the authority that you stole from them with your actions. And when you do that, that is the forgiveness. Like, I think that most people like love, like forgiveness is the first step towards true love, right? Like, it's easy to superficially go like, like, I love that person. Yeah, really? Are you sure? Are you sure you love that person, or do you just love your concept of that person, right? And because that's the alcoholic mind again, like, and then you get into that thing and you realize that that person loved you and you're broken. So two broken people have found love in each other. Well, that's fine. That's great, dude. Nothing wrong with being broken. It's the fact of like when you discover that you're both broken, what are you going to do now? Do you love? Do you forgive them? Do you do what it takes? Or do you just run and just add another piece of dirt to your life? How does your perspective change once you have a family versus being alone? It's not that your perspective changes. It's that again is there's no point in having a family if you have a bunch of unfinished business with yourself. Again, that's the gift of sobriety.
I'm hammering in this piece of wood.
Yeah. The first part of my sobriety was learning to deal with myself. And then when my family came along, I didn't have to do a bunch of like stuff about myself, dude. I wasn't using my family as a replacement drug. I guess that's the difference there is no like difference. It's the expansion of what you learned that sobriety is, right? That's kind of what I'm getting at is if that makes sense. How do you deal with being super isolated and withdrawing from alcohol? Go to a meeting, dude. Just go to a meeting, dude. Go get with some people, dude. That's how you deal with that. You go to an AA meeting where there's other people getting sober, dude. If my mother passed, Al, can you maybe? It's whatever, dude. It doesn't bother me that. If it doesn't bother you, it doesn't bother me. My mother passed away yesterday morning. Extremely negative time. We've compelled me to make peace with it. Yeah, dude. You gotta love that person, man. How do you get right with God? You do the work, man.
Hammer that one in all the way. I mean, it's a little bit bent right there. I'm trying to hammer that piece in.
What do you want me to do?
Hammer that nail in. I almost hammered it all the way in.
There you go, bud. It's all right. Is how do you make it right with God? You got to stop getting in the way, dude. God's already made it right with you. It's just, are you willing to like stop getting in your own way? You don't need to make anything right with God. God already knows it all, dude. How about you just get honest with God? How about you stop putting a bunch of stuff between you and God, right? How do I make it right with God? That's a big burden to put between you and God, dude. How about you just go get some help with some other people and realize God, you don't got to make anything right with God, dude. It's like, do you want to make it right with yourself, dude? God already loves you, dude. He's just sort of chuckling like, do you remember the moment you decided to get clean and do you think the situation was put in front of you for a reason? Like, yeah, it's all God inspired. I mean, I've made videos about the moment in front of the liquor store plenty of times, but just go look in the catalog in the sobriety playlist. There should be sobriety part 1, 2, and 3 is all about that at that moment, dude. It's all divinely inspired, dude. That's why I don't like the big thing is like there's nothing wrong with being a drug addict, alcoholic. It's just, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to use it as its divine purpose, or are you going to use it as the boat anchor to sink yourself into oblivion, dude? You know what I mean? You can either use this, because the alcoholic addict is closer to the divine encounter than some person just milling about with not taking any chances, dude, right? So I view it as all divinely inspired. It's just, will you allow yourself to see the divinity of it all? Will you, when the moment shows up, when the moment shows up, will you have enough? Will you allow the miracle to occur, right? Can you be aware enough of your unawareness that when it shows up, you let it show up, right? And for many of us, that's about being loaded, dude. I would not have found Joe and David if I hadn't been drunk out of my mind. And that's the thing, is most people that are drunk or loaded on drugs, I know exactly that they want to be sober. That's why people get sober when they're loaded, dude. Oh, that's nice. You're making chew toys for Maverick?
Yeah, I gave him some presents.
Oh.
I love Maverick.
Yeah, your buddy back there, dude. So I guess that's what I'm saying is if you're on the path, you know it. It's just stop fighting it and surrender to it and realize the beauty of it all, dude, that it's okay. Well, that was, I think we just lost the contact, but that's right on cue. I'm surprised we made it this far, dude. So, and now I upset the apple cart, dude, by moving everything to try to reconnect. So anyway, nice work, Bird. Let me see your chew toy you're making.
Oh, this one is in the chew toy.
What is that?
I'm just making some.
Look at you, dude. Nice, you're driving that nail nice and straight, bud. Look at this dude. Nice, correcting your path. I love the full choked up hammer, dude. It's hard, man. I like to, but it's hard. I haven't given up. I'm honestly doing the much. Look, it's all super hard and it's all super simple at the same time. Yeah, giving up your misery is a tough gig, dude.
Just maybe.
We love our misery, dude.
There might be a little pokey under it, so.
I think that's one of the things, man, is I blew that one, dude.
That's fine.
Exactly. That wasn't great, dude.
Yeah, at least I didn't make a pokey.
I didn't make a pokey in the backside.
At least I hooked this piece on.
So, I mean, look. What are some of the that question you asked is a pretty good indicator. You probably need to stop drinking. Normal people that like on the way out the door, people who don't have drinking problems don't ask what would be the signs of a drinking problem. That's only someone with the drinking problem asks the questions like, what are the signs of someone who needs to stop with the drinking problem? You get it? Normal people don't think like that, dude. That's an alcoholic mindset, dude. Just FYI. But with that said, look, I'm gonna go. We're doing our hour, and I'm on my way out the door. Look, we're here. It's gnarly. It's beautiful. It's all of the above. How's the video? Is the video quality good? Because I'm gonna start live streaming again because I realized I got away from the house where the Wi-Fi signal is. So we got good clarity on the stream because it's. No, I ain't anywhere near Ventura. Yeah, sadness is a gnarly drug too, dude. Okay, good. With that said, can someone throw up the we usually throw up the suicide prevention hotline number. It's either Jane and Jane throws that one up, and Kimmy throws up the Canadian one. There it is. Kenny and Isaiah approach. The Canadian suicide hotline number is 1-833-456-4566. 1-833-456-4566. And then we've got Isaiah approach gives us the United States suicide prevention number. It's 1-800-273-TALK. 1-800-273-TALK. Look. Suicide's a real problem, man. Don't give up now. Don't let your sadness, your misery, your disease, whatever it is, convince you that you should kill yourself, dude. 8255. Talk translates into 8255. Your life's important. Everybody's life's important. It's all about living. Love to the UK too. Genghis Khan Jr. And look, we all gotta love each other, even though the people that we love might not love themselves. Like, to circle back on the love, dude, it is true. I just don't know how to break it down. I did my best I could. Yeah, where everybody's worth it. Please don't do yourself in. Yeah, sadness will make art for sure, dude. So will happiness too, dude. It is what it is, dude. And with that said, dude, let's go out with the Serenity Prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Thank you for spending an hour with me on this Sober Wednesday. Without you, there's no me, and sobriety is a group effort. And I forgot to say, if you're in the United States of America, you can call 1-8 find an owl. Mellow out, man. Maybe he's. It's probably the other dogs next door, dude. And with that said,
He's protecting me.
Yeah, he's protecting you, dude.
I got some bells for you, Hammerin'.
Okay. Good night. God has blessed us all, and let's just all take care of each other. Good night, Kimmy.